Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2022 Bald Move Awards, a.k.a. the Baldies, a.k.a. the only award show in the history of the world that matters at all. We distinguished ourselves by being the only award show that actually demonstrates our work. If you have a question about how the hell anything ranked as high as it is, well, we got like 9+ deliberation episodes that you can listen to that are hours long where we agonize over each and every one of these choices.
If you're a Nobel Prize winner, throw it in the garbage. Doesn't mean anything.
No,
Peace Prize, useless. You don't have a Baldy? Pff, come on.
You got an Oscar? Shove it up your ass, literally. The Baldies are here in town. There's a couple other things that are different about the Baldies. It has to happen on a Bald Move network to count. If it's the best movie or TV show of all time, but we haven't seen it, guess what? It can get fucked because it's not part of the Baldies. It has to be something we covered. It has to have premiered between January 1st and December 31st of 2022. That's another big eligibility requirement. If it didn't get on Bald Move, that's what the biggest miss category is. Stuff that could have been on Bald Move and didn't. We'll be getting to that as well. We have many categories to get to tonight. In general, I think 2022 was an excellent year for television, and it was an excellent year for movies, and it was an excellent year for Bald Move because not only was there some good television, but the return of big tent TV.
Oh yeah,
we had a lot of people watching the same show in the form of House of the Dragon, and it felt really good. It felt really good to have a large community. Looks like we've got that going again for 2023. The early returns, The Last of Us, is looking like it's going to make noise in the Baldies next year. Just a lot to celebrate, a lot to talk about. Do you have anything that you want to say in summation of 2022, or should we get right to the categories?
One of the things that came in and surprised me in 2022 was the return of Star Wars. I thought Star Wars was dead for me, and here comes Andor lighting a fire again. So happy to see that in 2022.
Yeah, hopefully they can keep it. Hopefully they can keep it going. Well, let's get to the categories. Our first category is Best Debut Pilot. Now, this only obviously new television shows are eligible for this category, airing between January and December of last year. This is kind of a chimeric category in that it can recognize an individual amazing pilot, or it could represent the entire initial first season of something, that's first effort. But that's the criteria for this award. The nominees, I forgot about this part of the whole process. The nominees, in no particular order.
Scroll.
Frantically scroll.
Commercial break. Let's go to a commercial break while you...
No. In no particular order, the nominees are Andor, Speak of the Devil, House of the Dragon, Speak of the Other Devil, The Bear, Peacemaker, and Severance. Oh boy, who is going to win? Who's going to take home this Baldy Gold? Rip it open the envelope, and we've got... Oh boy, this is a trick envelope. It's not giving up its contents. Severance is the best debut pilot of 2022. Congratulations to Adam Scott and the whole Severance team. We got rounding out the top 5, The Bear, House of the Dragon at number 3, Andor at number 4, and a Peacemaker. Would you like to know who the Bald Move community thought was the best? Because that's the other aspect. We got this is what me and Jim came up with. What did the community think? With a whopping 31% of the vote, Severance took home the best debut pilot. Bald Move community, can they pick it or not? Look at this.
They know.
It's essentially just a reworked version of our list. You got Severance as 1, Hot D 2 with 29% of the vote, just narrowly being defeated by Severance. That was our number 3. Andor's their number 2 with 13% of the vote. That was our number 4. The Bears their number 4. Peacemakers both of ours number 5. Good job, Bald Move community. Yeah. Good job. We've taught you well.
We've self-selected a group of like-minded people.
Yes.
Shocking when they come in with similar results.
It's amazing. It's amazing how all that works. Severance, best pilot. It's in the books. What is our next category. Our next category is best comedy. Ooh, one of the big categories. Always a tough one. Something that we don't really do a lot on Bald Move, but you know, we do watch. We do like to laugh. We do like to watch funny stuff. Here's the best comedies in no particular order. Peacemaker, season 1. Atlanta, season 3 and season 4. Is it cheating to stuff a category with two seasons in 1 year?
I don't know. Was it cheating in the 90s when they made 24 episodes of a TV show?
Obviously. That's why
still more than they made of Atlanta last year.
That's why the TV commissioner in 2001 made it illegal to make a TV show over 13 episodes. So we fixed that in the competition committee. Also, the Righteous Gemstone is competing. Rick and Morty and Res Dogs. Who is going to take home Baldy Gold for best category? Let's open up the envelopes. Ripped it open.
I feel like calling Res Dogs is a lot like calling Jared Harris Jerry Harry during the award show. Like, and the award goes to Jerry Harry. It's Reservation Dogs, if anybody
Reservation
really wants to check
Dogs.
that show out.
And the official envelope has it right and has it the gold. The Reservation Dogs winning top spot for Bald Move's TV category in 2022. Congratulations to all of the dogs of the reservation.
Amazing.
Willie Jack in particular. So this is for season 2. Trailing Reservation Dogs by Our Lights is Atlanta. Number 3, Peacemaker. Number 4, Righteous Gemstones. Number 5, Rick and Morty. Jim, would you care to make a guess at the number 1 Community comedy?
Let's say Rick and Morty.
You fool. It's Peacemaker. 24% of the vote. 24%. Barry didn't even make our list. Barry, season 3 of almost 16%. You know, we go about this in the deliberations. And again, if you have any beef with any of these categories, I highly recommend you search out the deliberations, which are going to be in this feed, correct? The Prestige feed?
Yep.
To drill down on the one that you disagree with. But we thought Barry was a little bit off. They just announced today that the 4th and final season will be coming out this year. I think that's a good call.
It is, yeah.
Barry
a little long in the tooth.
Needed destination. I think I have high hopes for the final season. Bald Move Community really loving Reservation Dogs. 13% of the vote at number 3. What We Do in the Shadows, another one that kind of had an off year for us. But they had 12% of the Bald Move Community love it at number 4, and then Atlanta is bringing up the top 5 of the community at 8.45% of the vote. Congratulations to all of our winners and runners up. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Best comedy in the books.
And that brings us to biggest disappointment, Aaron. This category is for stuff that we did watch and was, let's say, at least a little anticipated, if not highly anticipated by us. And it turned out to be less than we hoped for. So we're going to go down the list in no particular order here. We have Rings of Power, Westworld Season 4, The Boys, Hero Gasm, and the finale. We're lumping those in together. Black Adam, and we're also lumping in kind of the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson saga into that category. And let's find out who the winner is.
Is it cheating to load a nominee for a category with two legs to stand on?
I don't think so. I think if it was that disappointing, we're allowed to make it happen. All right. I have the card in front of me. Aaron, would you like to know who the winner of this category is?
I would love to know who the winner of this category is.
In what I think is going to be a shocking upset.
Uh-oh.
It's Black Adam, the saga of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, winning.
Boo.
I think we should
boo. No, do we boo? Do we hiss?
I'll
do we
clap and boo. Boo. Yeah. The only person out there clapping is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, we go at length on this in our deliberations, but you know, Black Adam was supposed to be the kind of the cap on, you know, the good cap on the Snyderverse. It promised to bring Henry Cavill back into the Superman fold. is going to be another great badass role for The Rock, who is in desperate need of more roles to keep moving up that badass ladder. And it was just a disappointment on all fronts. And worse yet, there is this hubris of The Rock that is troubling me and making me think that it might limit his career if he can't quite get a hold of it.
Yeah, the worm is turning for me on The Rock a little bit. He really got out there and kind of showed his ass, not in the way you'd want on Twitter, when he's talking about, the cancellation of the Black Adam series and the Snyderverse stuff and his non-involvement with it in the future. It's a bad look to say, yeah, I know everybody's disappointed, but also buy my tequila. There's something about it that just struck me the wrong way.
Maybe wait till tomorrow to drop that on your timeline, Yeah.
And at least not in the same tweet. Just 2 tweets, maybe. Anyway, let's go down the list here. Yeah. So in the top 5, in a particular order, there was Black Adam, like we said. Number 2, Rings of Power. I think this is going to be controversial that Rings of Power did not win out because of how big and how spendy that show was.
$500 million they spent on this very average, to be generous, adaptation of...
Yeah, beautiful, but
I don't know, parts of the Silmarillion, the appendix of Lord of the Rings. It's crazy.
Yeah. Then there's the 1899/Netflix debacle of last year. Yeah. Then at number 4, there's Westworld Season 4, which, boy, canceled show. Never going to get the ending.
It's the 1-2 punch of the finale sucking and then finding out that there's no redemption for it. There is no 5th season that's going to put a cap on it. We're never going to find out about in the far-flung future. All that is just going to be tears lost in the rain.
And rounding out the top 5, The Boys Herogasm finale. It's an unfortunate list of things we had to watch this year.
What about the Community? Oh, that was they don't get a vote on that, category, right? That's just a Jim and Aaron.
Yeah, they can't be disappointed for us.
That's right. It would just be Bald Move in general, the biggest disappointment every year. We know it. Okay, we get it.
Here's one that I think the
honestly
Community
bullying
is,
at this point.
The Community might get a say in the next category, assuming I can find it on the list here.
Did I just give you no Community? I don't trust you with the Community's opinion, Jim.
That might be true.
Can't handle
it. It's Best Commission Podcast, which this category...
Almost every category had a write-in this year because I had to combine the 2 rounds into one. Since this is the stupidest reason. Stuff? This is the stupidest reason to not do 2 rounds of voting like we usually do. I could not get into our SurveyMonkey account.
Oh,
I had to go to support to get them to change the email to my personal email so I could jump through the hoops and get it. I got it with like days to spare. That's why there's a little bit of a hurry up offense on this thing.
I would love for this to be a bit. Like, this is the part where Billy Crystal comes out and like tells a story during the award show about like how his butler mixed up his keys or something, and then his driver shit himself on the way to the theater. That's why he's late. This is true. Yeah. No, what actually happened is Will Smith, every time I tried to send out the survey, he just came and slapped it out of my hands. He wouldn't let me do it. There's a award show story for you. But yeah, I don't think it hurt us too much because we had almost as many people vote this year, even though they had like 48 hours to do it, as like the 2-week voting period of last year, which just shows at the heart we're all procrastinators, I think. But I forget why I went into this this little because I might not have a vote here. We'll see, or I might not have a community vote. But I do have a Best Commission Podcast category, and this is going to be.
Can we talk about this a little bit? Because we like if you've listened to Baldies before, we have this SFIM or the myth system. Yeah. That kind of like quantify our delight with the Commission Podcast. We have reworked that to be the SIF system. We've gotten rid of the media quality. So SIF is surprise factor. It's how interesting the podcast and how fun the podcast is. We used to have a media quality, and the media quality and surprise factor were so determining of the ultimate value of the podcast that we decided to completely abandon the media quality, because who cares? It's the podcast that we're talking about. And surprise, we limited it that you can only be a +1 if it's a mild surprise that we liked it, or a +5 if +2 if we were blown away. The interest level and fun factor are 1 to 5. So we essentially we completely deprecated the media quality. We rebalanced the surprise factor, and we're putting front and center how interesting or fun a podcast is to try to arrive at. And then at the end of the day, we look at the list and like, do we think this seems right? And then we kind of put a manual touch on it too. So it's a sham. It's a sham. It's a fraud, just like any other award shows. But at least you can hear the backroom gossip. So
I think it significantly improved the list. We had to do less reworking, subjective stuff at the end, but
much less. This is bullshit. Yeah. So,
all right. Well, let me run down the top 5 in no particular order. We have, I always want to say The Vivitch. It's The Witch by Joey. We have Killjoy by Doug. We have The Wizard by Josh H. We have Raiders of the Lost Ark by Bill Dodd. And we have Syriana by Robert. Let's find out.
It's a lot of good podcasts, a lot of good commissions.
I like that I can actually get the gold leaf look.
These are we spare no expense in these envelopes.
All right, here we
Solid
go.
24 karat gold. It's Jim tearing through it like a maniac.
And the winner of the 2022 Bald Move Award for Best Commission Podcast goes to Raiders of the Lost Ark, courtesy of Bill Dodd.
Congratulations. What a crowd pleaser.
Bill, come up. Take a bow. Is Bill?
Yeah.
Is Bill out there? No?
Oh, man. Did he send a video package at least? No?
Did he eat the shrimp? He shouldn't have eaten the shrimp.
Oh, no.
You know better.
Got an airplane situation.
Yeah.
On our hands. That doesn't surprise me. That was a super fun podcast.
We always do better podcasts when we're invested in the material.
Yeah.
And we are highly invested in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's like right behind Star Wars and Star Trek in terms of lifelong fascinations and obsessions with. We actually have we got an Indiana Jones commission that just came in across our office desk the other day. I think last week someone commissioned. Is it the Last Crusade? Right?
Yeah, it might have been Bill. I'm not sure.
I think it was Return. So he's of course this is before he even knew he had Baldies Gold. Now he's got a taste. He's got to want more.
Going for next year's award too.
I'm curious, how in sync were we with the community?
Well, let me run down our top 5. So it was Raiders. Number 2 was Killjoy. Number 3 was The Witch. 4 was Syriana, and 5 was The Wizard.
Yeah. Hard to disagree with my own rankings, or at least me and Jim's rankings. That sounds right.
And
to
impossible, apparently, to disagree with our number 1 because the community chose Raiders of the Lost Ark as their number 1 as well.
What's the percentage?
36.68, which is a full 20% above the next highest.
That's huge. Over a third of the Bald Move audience loving the Indiana Jones rating.
Here is something controversial, or maybe it's not. Maybe it makes perfect sense given who was recording the podcast and who was listening. The audience chose Succession, season 1 pilot and season 2 finale as our second best commission podcast of the year.
Dude, that shakes me. Like, that makes me want to question everything I think I know about this podcast game. Because
we should just hate cast constantly.
Yeah, because like we actually changed Bald Move policy where we will no longer accept hate cast type of commissions, and it's the second. Like, no, what was the percentage on that? It was
17.09, which is full 20% lower than Raiders.
But still, like 1 out of 5 Bald Move fans thought it's the best commission. Like us shitting on the Succession, essentially. Well, I mean, we didn't shit on it. I thought we were professional about it, but yeah.
2 bookending hours of 2 long seasons. Yeah, it's an interesting choice. They did agree with us on number 3, though, entirely. The Witch. What a great movie. What a great podcast. Requiem for a Dream came in number 4, not even appearing on our list.
Wow. That's a hard-hitting podcast. Hard-hitting movie.
And wow, rounding out their community list is The Lost World Jurassic Park 2.
That's insane.
That's, you got to tear the card up after that.
Yeah. So let's just keep moving on. That was the gymnastics routine.
Yep.
I guess that was a pretty funny podcast, though. I think that's a pretty funny podcast.
Probably. It was enjoyable.
Okay, we are heading into the biggest miss department. This is a category. So this is the one time where stuff that wasn't necessarily on Bald Move can get nominated for the category. These are things that, by Jim and I's estimation and your estimation as our community of listeners, the things that would have been great on the Bald Move Network, but we didn't get it. And great could be defined in many different ways. Maybe you think that we have a particular voice that would have been good on this particular show for coverage. Maybe you think it was just a huge success and we didn't see it coming and we weren't able to horn in on it. Whatever, this are 2022's biggest misses of the year, again, in no particular order. We got Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. Of course, me and Jim, big Star Trek fans. Good Star Trek back in the air. How did we miss it? Number 5, Dark Winds. This is another, Zach McLaren is on this project. It's another kind of Native American type reservation dog show, but it's science fiction-y. It sounds really great. I fully intend to watch it, just did not get around to it this year. We got Severance. Severance is in the running. This is your classic puzzle box science fiction, super interesting social political commentary, and we didn't see it coming, but it's a great one.
I mean, it's your classic reason we missed it too, right? First season show, unknown
First
quantity.
Season, yeah. This, I mean, we didn't know we were missing out on. Andor, this show that we swore we are finally not going to watch. We've fucking given up on Star Wars on Disney Plus, and Andor came out and proved us wrong. Finally, Yellowstone and its various spinoffs, 1923, 1883. I remember 5 years ago when we were going through our trailer review and like Kevin Costner in some shitty Western for like TBS or something. Nah, there's no way that's going to be big. And 6 years later, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
One of the biggest franchises on TV right
now. Biggest miss. Let's find out who takes home Baldy Gold for biggest miss. Leading one of the bonuses of being on biggest miss in Lesser Succession is you almost guarantee a podcast the following year. Let's tear this open and see what it says. Again,
Succession, lucky it didn't run this year.
Well, it's funny because we'll have a special note on that. 2022 Bald Move Award for biggest miss. Number 1, Severance.
Oh,
give it up again. Severance is racking up the Baldy Gold here. Number
Rightfully
1 for rookie season. Number 1 for biggest miss. Following up is Yellowstone. It's various spinoffs. Again, I've seen some clips on that on TikTok. It looks good. I kind of like westerns, and it just got this massive audience.
Harrison Ford's in it.
Harrison Ford's in it. You're like, what the hell's going on over there? What the hell's going on in Yellowstone?
Yeah, what can bring Harrison Ford in from his weed tent to film something?
Andor was number 3. Of course, another Star Wars is finally great, and we missed it. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, another one we swore off of. How the hell can the same brain trust that brought us Star Trek Disco and Star Trek Picard, which are, I think, shitty. How did they make such a good Star Trek? We're still studying it. And then Dark Winds bringing up the rear. Number 6 was actually Succession Season 3 because we forgot. You and I forgot that it wasn't eligible because it last aired in 2021. The Community. God love the Bald Move Community. Their number 1 biggest miss, Severance. 44% of the Bald Move audience. Craven.
Wow.
Even with Andor out there to vote on, even with Star Wars, Rick and all that stuff out there, 44%. Well, I can make you all happy. There's no fucking way we're not covering season 2 of Severance. And we might find a way to
see
backdoor.
That so much of the audience wants it.
Yes. Hopefully, we won't have a For All Mankind situation on our hands, but we'll see. Man, Apple TV's been killing it. They really have so much interesting. There's just a lot of interesting stuff over there. Andor season 1 at 24% of the vote. Fair enough. White Lotus season 2 at 12% of the vote. Yellowstone is various spinoffs. Kind of steep drop off here at 6%. And Rick and Morty. Season 6 Rick and Morty. Geez, Rick got bumped because of the apocalypse of Ring of Power and Hot D. Congratulations to all of our winners and to the Bald Move Community, which are ultimately the biggest winner. Next category. It's mine still, right?
I believe so.
Best movie. we have a lot of great movies this year in this category. In no particular order, the top 5 is Top Gun Maverick. Gee, that movie made a lot of money. Nope. Jordan Peele's latest horror film. The Northman. Criminally underrated. Glass Onion and Knives Out Tale. I turned around on the Knives Out franchise in 2022. And then finally, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Let's get to the envelope. Best first run movie. And the winner is, by Jim and Aaron's reckoning, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Congratulations, EEAAO. And bingo was its name-o. This was I'm trying to think of like a movie experience I've had like this. Like this is up there with like the first time I saw The Matrix. This is up here with like Avengers Endgame, the first time I saw that. Like this was an event, and it kind of came out of nowhere too. It was a huge surprise as well. So
yeah, this is something we didn't actually set out to cover as a first run movie. I don't know we talked about it on OTC.
We did OTC
after it came out, because we saw it the weekend it came out. Weren't really going to talk about it because we thought, oh, we don't know what this is all about. It's getting buzz, but whatever. Saw it and were blown away and had to talk about it. So we retroactively did it on OTC.
Yeah, it's just a great media night. We went out with the wives to have dinner. We went to the movies, and then we weren't done having fun. And we realized that Severance finale had come out while we were at the movies. We sat down and watched. What a fucking mind-bending night of television and movies. That one, best first run movie, Glass Onion and Knives Out Tale, number 2, 3, Nope, number 4, Top Gun Maverick, number 5, Northman. The Community.
Nice.
Again, we are like fucking locked in sync. Everything Everywhere All at Once at 31% of the vote. Again, almost a third of Bald Movers saying it's the best movie of 2022. 16% said Top Gun Maverick. Hard to argue with that. Hard to argue with the numbers. Glass Onion and Knives Out Tale at 12%. The Batman at 8%. And then Nope at 5% of the Community vote. So congratulations to Everything Everywhere All at Once and the Daniels. You guys, between this and Swiss Army Man, you have joined the Bobby Eggy. Mm-hmm. I will watch anything that you make as soon as it comes out. You're on the list. You've made the exclusive list.
Speaking of exclusive lists, Aaron, I've got a category for you. Biggest surprise. This, of course, is something that we were not anticipating, or perhaps something that we had a negative opinion of and turned out to be awesome. Think your Star Wars, your Star Trek, things like that. In no particular order, the top 5: Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, The Bear, Peacemaker, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Andor. Aaron, let's find out.
Drum roll.
Who the winner is this category. Can't do a mouth drum roll. And the winner of 2022 Bald Move Award for Biggest Surprise goes to... Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Again, stacking up the Baldy Gold this year.
How could you not? The only way this wouldn't have won this category is if we had super high expectations for it to begin with.
Right.
And we didn't. So,
but I was thinking, that's the thing. It's like I could have seen them doing something like another Swiss Army Man, something that's like very strange and odd and funny and quirky and meaningful. But the level that they executed this on was just way like the action was cooler, the effects were cooler, the concepts were bigger. I admire this movie so much. It's highly entertaining and good for you to watch this movie.
Absolutely. And then rounding out the list is at number 2, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, narrowly beating out Andor. And I think that comes down to the pedigree of Andor, the Rogue One of it all, the Bourne identity, the Bourne trilogy of it all, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Number 4 is The Bear. Number 5, Peacemaker.
Did the Community not get a vote on that?
Nope.
I guess, yeah. Why would they? This is, I guess, ranked by our... Do you have another envelope? Is it my turn?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can move on to that. This is going to have a heavy community bin. As a matter of fact, I think it's only community. It's best bald move moment of 2022. I don't even have a list to run down here. This is all listener stuff. So I just need to go ahead and open this thing.
This is a mystery.
Surprise myself.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's playing.
I'm glad you got to open this because I stuffed it, so I have an idea of what's in there.
Oh,
so
this
I
is
compiled
perfect. All right.
it.
Then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slowly raise it up. I see that it says community.
Okay.
I'm going to do the 2022 Bald Move Award for Best Bald Move Moment goes to.
Oh yeah, slip it out.
Oh, the 2022 Groundhog Day Marathon. Very nice. Congratulations to Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the people are thinking this year, which is not eligible. But you know what? I don't. The Groundhog just might have a stranglehold on this category so long as it comes out in March, because
could be.
It's honestly
recency bias.
Yeah, it's one of the top moments of every Bald Move calendar, and it happens literally a month before the awards. So recency bias, all that stuff. And hey, you know, we raised almost 25,000. We took us over 100,000. You guys have raised $100,000 for charities over the last 6 years. Just us doing this goofy 24-hour movie marathon deal.
So this would be for which marathon though? Because it's not.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually this is actually for James Bond. That no one ever said, but like, you know, I did get a couple of the comments that made it clear that they were thinking of Fast and Furious. But you know what? It's the Groundhog Day thing. So there you go.
All right. Number 2 is just The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's our Walking Dead coverage.
Wow. All right.
This is like a text box, and I have to like roll up some things. Like, you know, if someone had a particular favorite moment from The Walking Dead, then it becomes The Walking Dead. So
gotcha. All right. Number 3 is Lunch with Jim and Aaron. Happy Guys, Hey Friday. This might just be the moment where Happy Guys, Hey Friday was born. I don't know, but
yeah. I think this year is where we came up with the Happy Guys, Hey Friday, but lunch is definitely a mainstay.
Yeah. Number 4, the Bald Move Christmas, which I definitely assume, that would be the 2022 one. Another Christmas has not happened yet. And number 5, House of the Dragon coverage.
Do you want me to read through some of the raw responses to this thing, just for, you know,
I'm curious.
A little victory lap?
Sure.
Okay. Aaron's impression of Caraxes, funniest thing I've ever heard. This is the House of the Dragon thing.
Of course.
Badass Film Fest. ChatGPT discussions during the Groundhog Day Marathon. See, that's not actually eligible, but it was pretty fucking funny. Discussion of physical Mount Rushmore for the Badass Hall of Fame. End of an era, the Better Call Saul coverage, all of it.
Right.
Let's see. Falling for Christmas, so bad, but listening to the podcast or a few drinks made my Christmas. Honestly, every lunch, every Friday, it's my weekly highlight, especially when life gets tough. Y'all bring so much love and joy and laughter. I like the review of Black Adam when you talked about a mom and electrician kicking the Army of Dead's butt with a crowbar and lead pipe. Of course, lead pipe is an underrated melee weapon, as we've been talking about on TLU. So I love the expressions you guys use, like shit to bed, which I find very funny.
Shit to bed's good.
Has to be Bald Move keeping it leal and House of the Dragon. A lot of people loving keeping it leal. Jim,
making memes over there.
You're insistent that Lyle on Better Call Saul is a cuck. This is the famous cuck rant that I still have not. I can't listen to because I haven't got to that season yet.
Yeah. Second half of that season. Oh boy.
Paul Goblimatini, or Goblin Matty and other AI generated shenanigans during the Christmas stuff, so that is eligible. Let's see. Aaron admitting Tom Brady's the GOAT. Yeah, fuck you, Patriots fans. The return of the Mexican pizza, and Aaron showing me the way of the double-decker Mexican pizza. That was pretty good. Oh, Succession podcast. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, that's a pretty good. I think pretty good smorgasbord. What do you call that? Sampling.
Yeah, we had a good time this year.
Y'all not being able to get past the pyroclastic flows of the Rings of Power.
Yeah. That was a big one.
All right, are we ready for highest risk, high reward?
I am ready.
This is a peculiar category unique to the Bald Move Awards, where we try to estimate Hollywood's highest risk, highest reward. The category, the way these work is, if there is a beloved property that no one is ever asking for, no one's asking for a sequel, no one's asking for prequels, it's just kind of out there. Like if someone came back and did a Goonies,
they will
reboot, right? That would be a high risk, high reward thing, because you're taking, if you fuck that up, you're going to live in infamy. There's also things that are just like things that are just high risk conceptually or risky from a, you know, like a plot or franchise direction direction development type of thing. The nominees in no particular order for this year were Top Gun Maverick. Hard to beat that, high risk, high reward. It's a 30-year-old franchise. Tom Cruise on the tail end of his leading man career. This movie made more money than God. Amazing risk, amazing reward. Stranger Things season 4, another one where it's like every time the Duffer Brothers go back to make another season, they're risking they're risking our affection for the core material. And I think Stranger Things 4 was a return to form for this year. Avatar 2, this is the quintessential. James Cameron, you madman, what the fuck are you doing? No one's asking you for more Avatar. Why are you making them? Oh my God, it's made $2 billion. House of the Dragon, risky because Game of Thrones is radioactive. It's the Chernobyl dead zone. And by God, they colonized it and made 10 million people watch it. And then Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, not because it's, you know, how is this a risky project? It's risky to go forward with the death of Chadwick Boseman the way they did, you know, to like not just recast Black Panther to keep the integrity of the character alive, but to let the Marvel family grieve with them. I think we thought was pretty risky. Who is the highest risk, highest reward of the year? Let's see. This is a Jim and A-Rod only category. The community doesn't get a say. Avatar 2. Jim Cameron with the $2 billion bank gets the highest risk, highest reward.
This is right. No one was asking for this sequel.
He might get it for the next 5 years straight, because I still don't want to see Avatar 3. I'm going to see Avatar 3. To. Yeah. I bet I love it, and I bet it makes $2 billion. Number 2, House of the Dragon. And it's a cagey. As I think HBO did something smart. They let the first, you know, they were pretty far along with that Naomi Watts Long Night prequel. And they're like, you know what? It just doesn't have it. They recognize the ground being still hot, warm to the touch, and they let it pass for House of the Dragon, and they hit a home run. Dealing with the death of Mr. Boseman and Black Panther Wakanda Forever is number 3. Top Gun Maverick, just, again, resurrecting a legend here at number 4. And Stranger Things 5, bringing up the rear. Killjoy, the Madman, the Commission. I just want to. He's number 7 on our list. I just want to give you a shout out because again, that dropping $500 on Killjoy, this insane ghetto clown horror film. It paid off. It paid off, brother. What can I say?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That is the category for biggest, highest risk, highest reward. Our next category, this is another ginormous change, and it's something that I hope won't be too big a surprise for the community because it's something that we've been talking about year after year after year. The fact
this is one that you're probably going to want to listen to the deliberations on for a lot more details.
Because, we can't go into the full details of why we made the decision, what we think the pros and the cons of it, because it's, you never get anything for free. There's always trade-offs. We're changing the category from best male and best female actor. We are eliminating the gender and sex-based distinction. We're just going with best actor. But we've included a category of supporting actor. So there's still 2 actors will be recognized. It's going to be best actor and best supporting actor going forward. Again, if you want to know more about that decision, check out the relevant deliberations. But yeah, we got actually non-binary people competing in categories this year. More and more you're getting to see trans individuals, non-binary individuals that are making noise and doing great work and how to recognize those individuals without insulting them, making them feel uncomfortable. It's like I said, something we're wrestling with, and we're just going to get out. We're going to get out ahead of the issue.
And we have been for a few years. This isn't the first year we've talked about this and wondered how are we going to deal with this, because up to like I want to say 2020, maybe even before, we've been talking about this, and we've been a little too sheepish to actually change our categories to recognize.
Yeah, I mean, we had like I remember
but...
like BD Wong on Mr. Robot was a big one because you got a gay man playing a trans woman, and it's like that's what do we do? Emma Darcy is the kind of the individual that motivated things this year. I noticed that they are being recognized as in the actress category in a lot of the shows, and it seems like
at her
they're
choice.
pleased by
their choice, excuse me. And
but I don't know what the choice was. Was the choice like,
Ellen
do you want to
Elliot
be
Page stuff? Was like a big like how do we handle this? So
right, and I like I said, there's one of the anyway, there's deliberations, and let's see, in no particular order, for best supporting actor this year, we have Andy Serkis as Keno Loy from Andor, Zach Cherry as the fabulous Dylan G from Severance, Michael Mando as Nacho Varga from Better Call Saul, Matthew Good as Robert Evans from The Offer, and Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen Rael. Rial.
I thought you said this was a non-gendered category, Aaron.
From Andor. Well, that's one of the potential drawbacks of doing it this way. Let's open the category. You guys open the deliberations and tell us what you think.
Yep.
Opening up. The envelope's being open, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen from Andor.
Very nice.
This, and that's the other thing about the supporting is like this guy could easily be considered the lead of Andor. I think technically he is a supporting actor, but he is, I think, the best part of a show that has a lot of best parts. He's got the coolest spaceship. He gets the best monologues. He gets to do the most tricky acting in terms of his kind of like dual role within the Republic. I've always liked Stellan. I think he does a great. He does great work. What do you got to say about Stellan?
No, I agree. Obviously, I agree. Right, this is our pick. I think it's well deserved. Yeah, for all the reasons you mentioned.
Number 2 is Matthew Good as Bob Evans from The Offer. Again, you guys should see The Offer, and he is spectacular as the producer, or I guess the president of Paramount Pictures during the Godfather era. Michael Mando as Nacho Varga from Better Call Saul. That's the Jim pick. Andy Serkis from Andor, and Zach Cherry as Dylan G from Severance. Keep your eye on that guy. I think he's going to be a fan favorite in our coverage this year of Severance. Community likes Michael Mando, 18% for Nacho Varga. Stellan Skarsgård just got edged out at 17%. John Turturro is Irving Bailiff. Interesting. The community likes Irving. We like Dylan. Might be a community fight ahead. 12% of the vote. Andy Serkis at 9%. And then Eve Best as Princess Rhaenys Targaryen at 8%. Good role for her as well.
For sure.
Okay.
All right,
that's
Aaron.
Supporting actor. Oh, it's back to you. Okay.
It's back to me. I have the pleasure, nay, the honor of presenting the biggest badass of the year. I feel like this is premature in some ways, because here in a couple months we're going to be doing our badass celebration, and we're going to get real in the weeds on this stuff. But this is celebrating the biggest badass last year. In no particular order, let's put it up there. John Cena for Peacemaker, Amber Midthunder for Prey, Alexander Skarsgård, another Skarsgård making a list here, for The Northman, David Harbour for Stranger Things and Violent Night, submitting 2 pieces here. It might be cheating.
Another cheater. Another cheating scandal.
And Robert Pattinson for The Batman. Aaron, let's find out who won.
I'm on pins and needles over here.
I have the results. The results are in. The tick marks have been tallied. 2022 Ball Move Award for Biggest Badass of the Year goes to David Harbour for Stranger Things and
Hell
Violent
yeah,
Night.
get it, big guy.
That's an interesting choice. Interesting.
I like his beard. I like his dad bod. I like his Santa Claus.
I like his violence.
I like his violence. Yep. I like his knights.
Yeah.
I like him beheading. I like him beheading Demogorgons with the sword of Conan the Barbarian. What's there not to like? This was a impressive, and it's like, you know, just Sheriff Hopper alone, pretty badass role. But to be Santa Claus,
yeah, there's lots
Santa
of debate
Claus
on this
kicking
too.
this much ass, like this is going to be a movie that people are going to enjoy 20, 30 years from now. I think
so.
I think it's a modern classic along the lines of like Die Hard or Home Alone. And I'm excited to be watching it for many, many Christmases to come.
It was badass, and it had that heart, that spirit of Christmas that you expect of a true holiday classic.
Yeah. So expectation's a requirement.
Rounding out the list here, number 2, Alexander Skarsgård as a Northman. I think this is also a very strong show.
Gilding the hell out of the Skarsgård family this year.
Mm-hmm.
All that dripping with Baldy gold.
John Cena coming in 3rd for Peacemaker, beating out Robert Pattinson with his superhero, the Batman.
Man, Batman counts for a lot. That's an iconic badass role.
For sure. And Amber Midthunder at number 5 for her role in Prey, fighting a predator. That's pretty badass.
You know, that's the thing, is like that's also like low-key most improved badass, because she played a badass in Legion. I never bought it. Effortlessly sells the action in this movie.
For sure.
Yeah, great job.
Boy, we've got a lot of coming together to do with the ball move community here over the next year. I don't think
there's
a big diversion.
Even going on the badass thing for 2-3 years now, I still don't think they're fully in sync with our Gen X elder millennial sensibilities on action.
It's okay.
These kids have been raised on Keanu Reeves. They need to go back and study the original masters, the Old Testament badasses. Come on now.
You gotta go before speed, if you want to talk badass.
Yeah.
All right, winning the community list on this category is Matt Smith from House of the Dragon, 11.82%. Not a huge showing here. This is a tight grouping.
Ooh, really split. The community's divided. Community's divided on badasses here.
Yeah, he's undoubtedly badass, but I feel like his biggest badass moments are yet to come.
And also, if you want to check out Deliberations, this was one of our most, of course, hotly contested. We took like 3 hours to pour over this list. Yeah,
it's a big list, and we have feelings about this.
Yeah.
Tony Dalton comes in number 2 for Better Call Saul for Lalo. Great pick. Didn't make our list, but we talked about it. Here's where we kind of come together a little bit. David Harbour for Stranger Things and Violent Night, 10% of the list.
Thank God.
The vote. Michelle Yeoh did not make our list, but Everything Everywhere All at Once, 9.55% of the vote, just 0.5% below David Harbour there. And we all match up at number 5 with Amber Midthunder for Prey, 9.09% of the vote. It's good stuff, man. I'm
how we came together there.
Really impressed with how tightly grouped that is. Less than 2% separating number 1 from number 5.
Lots of badass. Do you have another envelope, or is it my turn?
Oh, it appears I do.
Wait, is it the last? Because we both have one final.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
I have one more after this, but this is the big category. This is the one you want to win. If you're out there, you're an actor up and coming, you're thinking, man, I need to win a Baldy this year.
That's right.
How do I do it? Well, this is the most prestigious, perhaps, for the actors. It is Best Actor. I don't know that you can get any more prestigious than that as an actor.
They ain't supporting shit. They're just right there, front and center on the stage.
We got to find the list here. All right, in no particular order, the top 5 are Britt Lauer as Helly from Severance.
Hell yeah.
Bob Odenkirk as Jimmy McGill from James McGill, Gene, Saul Goodman.
Cheating 3 roles in one
Pretty
show?
Much.
Oh my God.
From Better Call Saul. We've got Jeremy Allen White as Carmi Berzatto from The Bear. We have Ray Seahorn as Kim Wexler from Better Call Saul. and Emma Darcy as Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen from House of the
nice.
Dragon.
Nice that we had some diversity in that top 5.
Diverse representation in that top 5. Let's find out who won, Aaron.
Yeah.
And the winner of the 2022 Bald Move Award for Best Lead Actor goes to Bob Odenkirk for Jimmy McGill / Saul Goodman / Gene, whatever
Bald
his
Move
name
scandal.
is.
50% of the Bald Move hosts have not seen this performance. Somehow there was some glad handing, some backroom deals.
Yeah, Bob, you're welcome. I'll see you after the show.
At least Ray Seahorn wasn't the second. It wasn't in second place.
Right. Rounding out the list here at number 2. Oh, Ray Seahorn is
what the fuck? 2? Number 1 and 2, and only 50% of hosts have seen it. What the shit? Security. We've had a crime committed here. What's going on?
It must just be that good. It must be that good.
Persuasive. Jim Jones, persuasive man. What can I say?
Number 3, Jeremy Allen White as Carmy from The Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, what just a performance of tension and stress, anxiety, depression, all of it. So good. Number 4, Emma Darcy as Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen. Boy, they just nailed that role. A lot of hard work to do there for them.
And it's like one of those things where it's like you also have to give credit to Millie Alcock as like the stage 1 booster for that performance.
Which I think is why they're not higher on this list, because they had help. Number 5, Britt Lower as Helly from Severance. I think she is great. I really enjoyed all the different things she's asked to do, and some of that was very tough work as well.
It's a tough role, and if you got the wrong person playing it, the whole thing, because like you have to be drawn in like from the audience, but she's kind of the audience surrogate in that first season into an extremely strange world. So you have to nail that, and then she did.
It might be controversial that she's beating out Adam Scott on this category, but
I don't think so. Adam Scott has got a very generous role he plays, where he kind of facilitates. He's arguably the protagonist, but he's more of a facilitator for the action and everybody else to play off of.
Right. Let's find out what the community had to say in this category. They picked one that did not even make our top 5.
What?
For their number 1.
What?
Patty Considine from King Viserys the First.
King Vizzy T. That's respectable. I'm glad he's getting a recognition. That's a hell of a role.
It is, and we talked at length about him in the deliberations because
this category is another one that we spent a lot of time agonizing over. Yeah,
for sure. Here's where we start to match up a little better. Their number 2 is our number 2. Ray Seahorn is Kim Wexler. Better Call Saul. 18.14% of the vote, just 2% less than King Vizzy T.
Healthy.
Bob Odenkirk right below her at number 3, 16.37. So they swapped those around. All right. Number 4, we're close to NSYNC here again with Jeremy Allen White as Carmy from The Bear. And wow, sneaking onto the list here, number 5, John Bernthal as Sergeant Wayne Jenkins and We Own the City. It's a tough one for me because he really loves to play John Bernthal in these John Bernthal roles.
He's John Bernthal, the Balmer accent. Have you ever heard that
Sure.
before? Come on now.
It's a slight variation on a theme. And that rounds out the category for Best Actor.
All right, we got another fun category before we get to the hammer of the night. This is Best Bald Move Christmas, which Jim and I thought we were being clever and we were rolling out for the first time. I discovered in compiling the results that actually we had done this the year before, and I'm curious to see the difference between our rankings because this was kind of an agonizing one as well. The 2022 Best Bald Move Christmas, which
and there are how many?
Every year
6
is
total?
eligible. No, there's 7. There's 7.
7 total.
In no particular order. We got the top 5, which is the Merry Scary Christmas. Then we got the Merry Culkin Keatmas. We've got the Badass Christmas. Got the Very Giamatti Christmas. And we got McAllister McLean Miss 2 Christmas Harder. Let's see. Open up this envelope. Again, I don't know why, but mine are getting stuck in the bottom. I'm getting pranked. I'm getting punked over here. The 2022 Bald Move Award for Best Bald Move Christmas goes to McAllister McLeanmas 2 Christmas Harder.
Very nice.
Now, this one featured Die Hard 2, Home Alone 2, Jingle All the Way 2, and A Christmas Story. It's a great Christmas. Then we had Very Giamatti Christmas, Merry Culkin Keatmas, A Merry Scary Christmas, and then A Badass Christmas. Would you like to know what our number one Christmas or what our Christmas ranking was last year?
Oh boy, sure, embarrass me.
So we had A Very Giamatti Christmas up number 1.
Nice.
Which is number 2 for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Merry Scary Christmas was number 2. That was number 4. McAllister McLeanmas 2, our champion, was number 3 this year.
Huh.
Merry COVID Christmas, which was our least favorite Christmas at number 8, was number 4. And then the 24 Days of Bald Move Christmas, which was number 6 on our list, was number 5. What the hell, man? We're just different folks a year down the line, huh?
Apparently, we've changed. Yeah.
Let's see if let's check the community for consistency. This year, 21% preferred to Merry Culkin Keatmas. Oh, I'm sorry, that's last year. This is shocking. 21.65% of people like the Yo Ho Ho first drum movie Christmas.
That was this year's. That wasn't eligible last year because we hadn't done it.
Right, but it's the number 1. Is that massive recency bias or what the hell?
Gotta be, because it sucked. No, I'm kidding.
We're really running out of ideas. We're just throwing anything out there, seeing what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Our inspiration was 7-8 years ago. Number 2 is the McAllister McLeanmas 2. Which is same as last year. It's holding steady with 16% of the vote. 15% of the vote, just 1% less, likes the Badass Christmas, which was number 5 on their list last year. Merry Culkin Keatmas, that was the Home Alone, Jack Frost, Batman Returns, and Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yes.
That got 12% of the community's vote. It was the number 1 last year. And then the Merry Scary Christmas was number 5, and it was number 3 on the list this year. That was the one with Rare Exports, Krampus, Gremlins, A Very Belter Christmas, and our first live stream Secret Santa. No, I guess that was our returning live stream Secret Santa.
Yeah.
So what do you know? People are fickle with their Christmas likes.
I mean, they have an explanation, and the audience is probably different. You know, different people make up our audience, whereas I guess technically, like, I have new brain cells. Maybe those brain cells just don't like.
Probably killed more than you gained,
Christmases
though, honestly. Which that can definitely
fair.
affect things.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the highlight of the night here to go over.
Man.
It's going to be our last category
of the Baldies constellation.
It's the one that Craig Mazin is going to be submitting for next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's best drama. This is the one that I'm always most concerned about getting right, I guess. And right is subjective, obviously, but I have a feeling that we are probably going to agree with a lot of people, if not in the exact order, then in rough order. Let's run it down. Top 5 in no particular order here. House of the Dragon, Season 1. The Bear, Season 1.
Yes.
A lot of Season 1s in this. Severance, Season 1. Andor, Season 1. And it's all premieres and finales. Better Call Saul Season 6 rounding out the top 5 here.
This does feel like a new era as beginning. Like all of the stuff the Bald Move is founded on, the Walking Deads, the Game of Thrones, the Breaking Bad universe.
Mm-hmm.
They're all put out to bed or are turning over completely new chapters in their existence, and we get this a whole new crop. So yeah, it's kind of exciting time to be alive.
Yeah. I'm excited to find out who won it. Here we go. And the winner for best the 2022 Bald Move Award for best TV drama goes to Severance Season 1.
Oh, amazing. This is the third Baldy Gold they won tonight, is it not?
I believe so.
Biggest miss, biggest surprise,
and best drama. Overall, that's amazing.
again, guaranteed we're going to be back next year, or not next year,
Mhm.
hopefully this year. I think they're still shooting it. We're hoping to get this later in 2023. Severance
Mhm.
season 2 is going to be, as long as they can keep it going, which is always a big if. But it might be the mother of Westworld, True Detective, The Leftovers. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that good old puzzle box trying to figure out what the hell is
Sci-fi
going
puzzle
on.
box. Love
No
it.
podcasting like it.
Let's get to the rest of the top 5 here. We have Better Call Saul season 6 at number 2, which had to recognize an amazing show going out in an amazing universe. Number 3 is The Bear, which is a small show, but punches well above its weight in both budget and star power and just where it's being released, all those sorts of things.
It's the Wolverine of prestige dramas, small but mighty.
Number 4, Andor season 1. Boy, stiff competition this year, because coming out of Andor, I would have expected it higher, frankly. And number 5, House of the Dragon season 1.
Yeah, that's a murderer's row. Some great television this year. And the other thing is, 3 out of the 5 are science fiction fantasy shows,
right?
And our best drama. Said, we're perhaps rethinking how we do prestige and pulp.
Yeah.
What's the community? Because if there's no science fiction fantasy in the community's top 5, I'm scared.
Well, fear not, Aaron. The community matched up with us damn near 100% on this list. Severance is number 1 for them as well.
What's the
24.44% of the vote?
Nice. Not as big as The Biggest Miss, but still.
And the top 3 here are pretty tightly grouped. 21.33% of the vote. Better Call Saul number 2, matching us. Makes perfect sense. And then things start to diverge a little bit. Hot D, season 1 got 20.44% of the vote at number 3.
Just on sheer popularity. I mean, there's so many people.
Absolutely. Yeah, fandom is big for that. Number 4 is Andor to match us on our number 4. That's where the percentage kind of drops off, 10.22%. Not as many people with Disney Plus, I guess, as HBO.
That makes sense.
And then number 5, rounding out the community list, is Stranger Things season 4, which actually was our runner-up.
That's our number 6.
At number 6. Yeah. So, man, what a year of TV. All of these shows were just great.
Yeah. And any one of them had, I think, the shot to be considered number 1. It was another category that we really agonized over.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it.
So another year, another great year of television, another great year of movies, commissioned podcast, all kinds of stuff, best bald move moments. Thank you for everyone who voted. Thanks to everyone who's listened to the podcast. And thanks to everybody that sticks around year after year, makes Bald Move what it is. We really appreciate your support. We're really looking forward to a great year of television in 2023. In fact, it's already on its way. If you haven't gotten to it, The Last of Us, boy, if you have any affection for the zombie genre, the post-apocalypse genre, quality acting, immersive storytelling and world building, you need to get on that. And then there's so much to come. We're about to get back on Yellow Jackets, which was our, I think, number 1 best debut of 2021. I'm pretty sure that's true. That's coming out, I think, next week, right? We'll have our
the preview cast will be out next week. Yeah,
and then we start full coverage after that. That's on Showtime. Severance is going to be the big red letter day we got circled on our calendar, coming out later this year. Again, just tons of great television. Hopefully we'll see the return of Foundation. A lot of stuff we're excited about. But yeah, I cannot wait to see what makes noise in 2023, other than The Last of Us, of course. And curious to see what you guys thought of the award show. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Make sure to tip your waiter or waitress, your wait person. And we'll see you next year on another fabulous Baldies. Congratulations to all the winners. Suck it to all the losers. Good night, everybody.